What if the deepest truths about life weren't something you find in a library, but something you discover on a really difficult journey? Well, that's kind of the core of Nietzsche's philosophy. And today, we're going to explore it through the eyes of a wanderer who says he's seen existence for what it really is. Our journey kicks off right here with this invitation. We're being asked to listen not to some distant academic in an ivory tower, but to a fellow traveler, someone who's walked the hard path and is now ready to share what they found about the true nature of life itself. So, the first truth our wanderer shares is about this primal tension at the absolute heart of reality. Nietzsche was convinced the ancient Greeks really got this, and he pictured it as this powerful, elemental struggle between a sculptor and the sea. This slide really gets to the heart of that conflict. See, on one side, you have the Apollonian spirit. That's the sculptor on the cliff. Think of this as the force in us that just craves order, reason, beauty. It's the part that builds our very idea of a stable individual self. But then on the other side, you've got the Dionysian spirit, that chaotic, churning sea. This is the raw, untamed energy of life itself, a force that just dissolves all boundaries and shatters our cozy sense of self. But here's the wild twist. Nietzsche didn't see these as enemies. He saw them as partners in what he called a mystical marriage, especially in Greek tragedy. The structured, beautiful dialogue, that's the Apollonian part, it acts like a protective mask. It lets us stare right into the terrifying, magnificent chaos of the Dionysian abyss without being totally destroyed by it. Okay, so if the Apollonian is all about creating and holding onto form, what happens when that form becomes a prison? Well, the Wanderer's next story, this parable of a seed in frozen earth, is all about the incredible creative power you find in breaking things apart. For this little seed to grow, it needs what Nietzsche called divine madness. Now, let's be clear, we're not talking about clinical insanity here. This is a powerful creative explosion from deep within. A kind of necessary chaos that shatters a comfortable, stagnant life so that something new and truly alive can finally emerge. And this slide just lays out that path perfectly. Step 1, we start in a rigid, predictable life. Then step 2, bam, the eruption of that Dionysian, creative chaos that shatters all our old patterns. It's only by going through that messy disruption that we can get to step 3, what Nietzsche called the great health of a liberated soul. It's just like a seed having to break its own shell to reach for the sun. And this wasn't just some abstract theory, you know? The ancient Greeks actually lived this stuff. Their Dionysian festivals were like a communal deep dive into this creative chaos. Through all that intoxicating music and dance, people would symbolically let go of their individual egos, connect with that primal unity, and find this strange, powerful comfort in the raw, shared experience of life. And all of this brings us to the climax of our wanderer's journey. So once you've understood this dance between order and chaos, how do you actually live? The answer, it turns out, is found on a windswept cliff, staring right into a storm. The wanderer's answer is amor fati, the love of one's fate. Now, this might be Nietzsche's most challenging idea. It's the radical choice to not just tolerate your life, but to love it completely. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly. It means wanting nothing at all to be different. It's a beautiful thought for sure, but it immediately begs a really tough question. In a world that's so full of pain and tragedy, how is it even possible to learn to love your fate? The answer lies in developing a tragic disposition. This is the strength to look life's horrors right in the eye, without flinching and without falling into the trap of nihilism. It's a total shift in perspective. You start seeing challenges not as punishments, but as the very tools that forge your character, turning your pain into fuel for a more powerful life. So how do we hold all of this together? The joy and the suffering, the beauty and the horror? Our final image from the Wanderer gives us the key, a golden mask resting on a bed of blood-stained lilies. That golden mask, that's our Apollonian art, myth, and beauty again. This is what Nietzsche called redemption in appearance. And notice, the mask doesn't hide the blood, it frames it. Art gives us the power to transform a raw spectacle of destruction and make it magnificent and meaningful. And this, right here, is the core of the whole tragic worldview. It's a total, unconditional yes to life. And understanding that the most painful parts, the blood on the lilies, they aren't flaws in the masterpiece. No, They are absolutely essential ingredients, required for its terrible beauty to even exist. So when you put all these pieces together, the sculptor and the seed breaking through the earth, the wanderer on the cliff, they create a philosophy that is nothing less than a heroic yes to existence itself. When you combine that Apollonian mask with the Dionysian abyss, you get something Nietzsche called primordial joy. And this isn't just simple happiness. It's a deep, profound sense of affirmation that comes from saying yes to everything life is. Chaotic, beautiful, and terrifying. Knowing that you just can't have the peaks without the valleys. And so we end where the wanderer leaves us, with a question that he turns right back on us. This is the ultimate test of Amor Fati. Look at your life, with every single triumph and every heartbreaking loss. Could you not just accept it, but love it so completely that you would joyfully choose for it to repeat exactly as it is forever and ever?